Well, there she is, guys. I wanted to do a quick update. I know you guys kind of want to know what I'm up to. Um, okay, so I got new pipes on, and what happened was they wouldn't fit on with the original motor location. So I actually had to raise up the motor about, I don't know, see if we can see the space under there. I don't know, I want to say like ½ inch. So the motor went up ½ inch and it went forward about, I don't know, ½ inch or something. But that little difference actually made a huge difference in my pipes fitting. Now this one over here, these are Mad Dog headers, fender well exit, two-wheel drive. They're like 2 1/8, I want to say, primaries. And then like a 3½ inch collector. Mark at Mad Dog Headers really made. He makes a beautiful product. I really like them. I mean, I'm sure they'd bolt right onto a stock location, 460 in these trucks. But the thing is, you know, I try to shove everything back and as high as possible so I can get my weight transfer. So yeah. Anyways, I had a problem with this back pipe actually was hitting the frame. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. Oh. Well, you can kind of see where it's marked. Wait. Right here. Yeah, I mean, it's close. And then I had a problem. Basically, the thing was hitting my Crown Vic bracket up here. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm actually going to notch that and then put a notch in the frame with a plasma cutter. Borrowed my buddy's plasma cutter. If you don't have one, you got to get one because they're freaking sweet. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to notch them out and then I'll weld, I don't know, a 1/4 inch plate, kind of like kitty corner there. And I think that'll solve all my issues there. Had to trim up the inner fender. I know you guys are going to kill me about that one, sorry. But it had to be done. Got my tires on. I ended up doing like a 3-inch mini tub that I still don't have done. Actually, what I did, you guys saw the pictures, I think, but what I did, I actually, you know, it's sitting up like that. I just cut it off and then cut 3 inches of the bed out. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand this up and weld it in. And so I'll have a space here, 3-inch space of just sheet metal. I'll put a sheet metal there. But people do these, you know, I see it all the time and it's like, oh, that's a good idea, you know. So got my drilled slotted rotors on, new calipers. This is actually a whole new housing from last year. See if I can get a shot of that. So yeah, blue, nice blue housing. It's like a 3½ inch or 3¼ I think it's a 3¼ axle tubing. So new axle tubing, new axles, slicks. These are my Keltrack bars homemade Keltrack bars that need to be cleaned up. I still need to paint these. This is actually from it's like an overload spring for some fifth wheel trailer or something I picked up. You can just go to like a junkyard or like a spring shop and they'll just have hundreds and hundreds of springs, and it's like so dumb. So it's like I picked up, I don't know, I want to say like 5 sets of springs for our $50. I mean, so you could choose whatever spring rate you really want for super cheap. These are the new clamps. I ran these last year, my final pass. What I ended up doing, I ended up taking a spring out because I think I want to use more of the Keltrax shock and less of the spring itself. So I don't know, maybe that's the wrong move, but I don't know. To me, it makes sense in my mind, so I guess that's what we're running with. Actually, came out pretty low. I think this distance between the body and the ground is like 10 inches or something, or gives you a good idea. It's like 12. It's like 10 or 12 inches. It actually came out really, really low. I mean, if you look at like the overall truck, well, it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, you look at the overall truck and it has a really nice stance. Those are some nice pipes. Woo! I guess another thing this year I'm going to run nitrous. You can see I got my solenoids. I had them installed last year, but this year actually I'm getting everything plumbed up. This is new. So before I was just running one of these to my carburetor. Now I actually got rid of it for my carburetor and I picked up this bad mofo. This will actually support up to like 2,000 horsepower. It was on a blower setup. I picked it up for, I don't know, I want to say $70. They go for like $200 brand new. But what this is your feed line, dash 10 feed line. And then I have this one going to my carburetor, this one feeding my nitrous fuel, and then this is a return. So you set it at whatever PSI, you set it at like, I think for this carburetor, you want to set it for like 6.5. And once the carburetor's happy, once you set it at 6.5, it'll just spit out the rest of the fuel. So it's a return setup. And it's actually supposed to be like super safe for nitrous because once you hit the nitrous button, you're going to have like a surge of fuel if you're just running like a dead, this is what they call a dead head regulator. Fuel just comes in and then just stops, and there's a little ball valve in here that kind of goes on and off, and nitrous system doesn't really like that. I mean, you can run it here, but you can't run it for your main carburetor. So this one's feeding the carburetor. This is my nitrous. Goes in here. I have 6.5 in here. You know, it goes behind here. Feed in here. And I can set this. I think my nitrous system needs like 5.5 to 6 psi. So as long as you're toning it down, it's going to be fine. Obviously, you can't go up past 6.5, so that would be a problem. Do a shot of the interior. I don't want to make this video too long. Here's some of my nitrous I'm working on. My nitrous board. Basically, relay, a series of relays. Here's my new shifter I made too. Kind of cool. Put a little button up there. Nitrous bottle, obviously it's going to lay down like this. So what you do, I don't have a trans brake yet, but eventually I'm going to have a trans brake. And you hold this down, and it activates a trans solenoid. So you're on your trans brake, and then you can flat pedal the pedal, wide open throttle, and it will just be bouncing off the limiter through my MSD box. So you hold that down, it activates a limiter, and it activates my trans brake. So it's on the limiter, it's singing on the limiter, you let go, and it immediately goes into my nitrous circuit, and I can put a delay in there too. So once I let go of this button, I can put like a 0.1 delay or 0.2 delay or whatever I want. I could even activate it in like second gear or all the way down the track or whatever if I'm having like slipping issues, but I don't think I'm going to have a problem with these tires. So yeah, you hold down the button, singing on the limiter, let go, goes right into the nitrous, bump second, bump third. I mean, you're flying down the track at 140. Here's my old housing. I'm selling that. I don't know, it's good up to like 1,000 horsepower or something. I'm actually selling it with a new Strange unit that will handle, I don't know, like 1,000 horsepower. I think this is actually maybe good up to like 1,200, those axles. Harbor Freight boxes, those are kind of new. If you don't have some of these, you got to get them for your garage. What else did I pick up? I picked up a new fan. There's my fuel setup, if you guys are wondering. Barry Grant 400. That's pretty serious. A lot of guys don't like them because they're an older fuel pump, but to me I really like them just because you can pick them up dirt cheap. And the rebuild kits aren't, I mean, they're not bad for them either. This company went out of business because I think they were having problems, and then they guaranteed everyone, you know, it was like a Craftsman warranty, like a lifetime warranty. Well, these racers, all they do is trade up, you know, and oh, it's broken, so they'll send it back. So I think Bear Grant lost a lot of money on these. But like I said, you can pick them up pretty cheap. They just don't rebuild them. You got to rebuild them yourself. Carburetor setup. I don't usually run an air filter. I was just trying to keep junk out of the intake ports before I put the duct tape on. Picked up a new fan. Sorry about that. Low profile fan. It's like 3 inches total distance, and it was pretty cheap. It was only like $100 or something, or maybe $140. Who makes this one? I'll have to give you a part number. But so far, I really like it. Hopefully, that solves a lot of cooling issues, and since I had to move my motor forward, I need to get rid of this fan. I was running like a Taurus show fan. And just look at the size of this thing. I mean, that's 6 inches, you know, to the edge of the motor there. So I want to get rid of that. Probably sell that to one of you guys if you want it. Oh, those are good. Anyways. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I did want to show you this. This is my Mustang fuel tank I got set up. With a few more bungs on for my return setup. This is actually like a vent. That's my filler cap. This is the original hardware that I don't use. It's sumped, and then I have my lines on the back. Alright, well this video is long enough. I know you guys won't watch a video past like 3 or 4 minutes, so it's plenty long. Alright, fix them your way.